beer with your daddy, slaps your mama on the ass, kisses your sister, bitch slaps your ex. The station playing the best. The whiplash guitar, burning bass, pounding, snare drum, double bass action, vocals from hell. The station that rocks the nation, Steele Savage Radio.
What's up, Radio Podcast land and all across the earth. It's the notorious, it's the rebellious, it's the men of the hour, True Sweetie Beside Nabo Rambo Bobby Steele, coming guys live, loud and proud on the station that rocks the nation of Steele, a Savage Radio, yeah, ow! And right now, on the line here right now, we actually have a rescheduling here right now. We have Love and Revenge, David Kelly on the line. What's going on, brother?
What's up, my friend? Good to hear you, and thanks for having us on, Bobby.
Yes. You know, we were trying to actually get this situated ever since Monday here, but unfortunately Monday, I lost my voice there. You can tell I'm going with puberty here. We had an unfortunate situation on Monday there, going through a little bit of stuff that I was...
Puberty.
Yeah, Monday was puberty day for me too as well. But we were supposed to do this on Monday, but now we're doing it on Thursday here right now. But we have 11,000 live strong listening here right now to Love and Revenge, man.
Woo! Right. Hi, 11,000 friends.
Hey, dude. So let us know here right now. You guys have some huge news here right now. We're signing with RFL Records, man.
Yeah, man. We're so excited to work with John and Sam and the rest of the team. Can't be more happier. They do a great job for us. It's like a family. You know, it's not just a record label, but they work their tail off every day, and they're getting us out there globally, everywhere, every day. So really got a lot of kudos and a lot of respect for John and Sam and the rest of the crew. So very happy to be on RFL.
Heck yeah. You know, when I first got a message from Sam, and she said that, you know, that you guys are getting signed with RFL there, I always had the hardest time pronouncing John's last name, man. I didn't know that it was so easy to pronounce.
The thing is it's not very hard for me because I got a Ukrainian background, so it's Marchuka. It's perfect. It sounds like home. It's awesome. Love you, John.
Yeah. We're just hacking on it a little bit there, John. But yeah, I had to ask him, you know, I was like, well, how do you pronounce your last name? You know, just to say that, you know, I was like...
Yeah.
But man, Love and Revenge, man. How long have you actually been in the game of this music, this crazy music business?
You know, it kind of seems like since birth kind of thing, being in the music industry, but really breaking a lot of ground the last couple of years kind of thing. You know, started making records back in about 04, 05 kind of thing. And then you go through a few member changes and do a couple things here and there to find the right guy. Now having John Lisi on guitar, Casey Chainsorry on lead vocals. We got Johnny Shandrick on sound. We got James Schaefer with, doing our tour manager at FOH. Raven Blackwell, Tommy John, the drummer. We got a really great team. And that's, I think that was the biggest battle is, you know, finding brotherhood. You know, it's like Motley Crue said how many years ago, it's like a gang. And that's really what it is because you got to be brothers on stage and off stage. Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
You know, because, you know, when we started Still Savage Radio, it was the same exact way. You know, you got to find the right people who are hungry enough to help support what you want to do, you know?
Absolutely, especially when we're living together out on the road and doing our thing. We got to be just as good at friends off stage as on stage, and then the better friends we are off stage, then we tear it up when we hit the stage because it's like, oh yeah, you know, we're complete when we're together kind of thing. I don't want to make that sound kind of funny, but in a musical, melodic sense, you got to have guys that you trust and in every aspect of life create good music to give, you know, to bring it every show for sure.
Yes, for sure, man. Because you know, because that chemistry off stage definitely reflects on stage. You know, when you guys get your sound going, because the last thing you want to see is, you know, the bass player and the drum player, you know, kind of having a little bit of rift there if they're looking at each other, trying to mad dog each other and trying to mess each other up on stage here, because that's some movie type of stuff. But unfortunately, that's what you see sometimes, you know?
Absolutely. It's very transparent. You know, if the guys are on or off. People go to work. People work hard. They bust their balls every day, and they buy a ticket to a concert. They want to see a show. They don't give a shit if somebody's got a bad day or a dirty pair of socks. They want to see a good show, and that's what we do. Yeah, simple as that. So, and that's what we got. So I'm really proud to call these guys my brothers, my friends, and best band on the planet as far as I'm concerned. Love them all.
Heck yeah. Now, you have a type of accent here now. You said you were from the Ukraine. Is that correct?
I'm third generation from Ukraine, but I'm actually a Canadian citizen. Spend more time in the States than I do Canada, but we still get Tommy John always kind of still, hey, Damon, hey, new Buddha dude, hey. You know, we still get kind of ridiculed about it, but it's all in good fun. You know, it's all fun.
Yeah, because you know, I mean, like myself, you know, I have a strong Navajo accent, you know, and the only time that it actually comes out is when I start talking with other Navajo people, you know, and my accent will come out. But you know, when I talk to a lot of people across the pond there, you know, from the UK, from like Italy especially there, and they start asking about my accent, actually where I'm from, you know. I'm like, well, I'm Navajo from the Navajo reservation here, but you know, I'm surprised a lot of people can recognize the accent there. So, but hey, man, you know what? All of us who have accents, you know, we can definitely talk a little sexy to the girls, though.
Absolutely, you got to play it up to the chicks up there. Absolutely. So, but I mean, it's who we are. It's I guess everybody's their own individual, and you know, whatever accent they got or wherever, you know, background or nationality, whatever like that. At the end of the day, you know, you just want to bring peace and love and music to the world, and that's kind of our goal, kind of thing. You know, let's be happy.
For sure.
Let's make love and music, not war. Yeah.
For sure. And again, that goes back to the name, you know, love and revenge there. Now, growing up here, man, who was your inspiration there? Because you know what, for me, I can always say it was Motley Crue there, because you know Motley Crue was widely distributed on Navajo reservation there. This is before internet time was, because back in the 80s there, you know, the only time that we could get music was the person would go to town and would come back with their tape, and everybody would be lined up there with their trucks and their vehicles there just to get a dub of the tape there, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I can remember when I was 16 years old sitting in line all night waiting for Bon Jovi to, you know, we partied all night.
God.
But just the fact that, you know, you bring your lawn chair, people are setting up tents, you know, just the whole revolution of music, what's happened between, you know, 1986, 87 kind of thing. But to answer your question, Bobby, I would say like influences us as a band, we're very influenced by the greatest era on the planet, like the Motley Crue, the White Snakes, the Dio, the Judas Priest. There's so many. Me personally, I was also very influenced in the country industry, like from right back to Waylon Jennings and Keith Urban and Kenny Rogers. That's what I grew up on. And then obviously you kind of put your own, it sounds weird, but I take all those vocal, even playing with a guy from Nashville for years on the road. I took all of that and harnessed it into my melodic, pure guitar-driven melodic arena rock, basically the blood in my veins. And this is how you get love and revenge. And people like it. People are very responsive and respectful of it. And we're just going to keep doing what we're doing until the end of time.
Awesome. Now, you said Bon Jovi there. Now, a lot of people here kind of probably don't really understand how talented John Bon Jovi is as far as his songwriting ability and his phrasing here. Now, some of Love and Revenge songs, are they kind of like going in the John Bon Jovi type of way there?
You know, I actually honestly have to say that Love and Revenge material is a reflection of all the inspirations that we have. It's like making a cake. You put all your inspirations in a bowl, you mix it up, and then we literally, honestly have our own kind of distinct sound, but it will reflect and emulate that kind of era. But it's not like, oh, that sounds like Bon Jovi. Oh, that sounds like Motley Crue. Oh, it emulates that era, but we got our own little shtick happening, you know. So really proud of everything we do. Yeah,
for sure. Now, I want to ask you also is today's social media. Social media is definitely a huge part of, you know, promoting a band and stuff like that. Now, how has social media affected bands these days?
You know, the whole online game of trying to do everything online and social media. Social media is great to reach your fans, look at what we're doing right now. It's because of social media that, you know, that we're doing this interview even. So I thank you for that. We definitely have to adapt things that have happened, everything going social media-wise and online. It's not like you said where you can go buy a cassette tape for $9.99 and you put it in the player in the 77 Chrysler Newport and you go for a drive. There's a lot of things that changed into the digital world, you know, but we also have to adapt, embrace it, but we're still old school guys that we're going to go jump on the bus and go hang out and meet everybody and shake everybody's hand for 6 weeks. We still have the old wave, the old school kind of thing, but we do have to adapt and definitely embrace the new wave of the way we have to do business in rock and roll.
For sure, man. Now, what about as far as some bands that rant on social media? Do you think that's kind of professional there or not there? Because you get some of these bands that say, well, we don't care about the fans here, we care about our music here, but at the same time, they refuse to meet and greet stuff like that, or they'll charge nowadays, which I think is a bit excessive. Let's say if you want to do a meet and greet for like $50,
Yeah, some people need to put a sock in it. Some people it's fine to have an opinion and voice, be kind of a voice of reason, but some people just kind of go overboard on it. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to call anybody on it, but you really have to. It comes down to being just professional off stage as on stage. You got to embrace every fan that will take their time and take their money to listen to a song or buy a song or even listen to an interview. You have to embrace that, and you have to cradle that and channel it into, take it to a positive note. So
definitely, for sure, man. Yeah, that's totally true, man. Now, with that being said, being out on the road there, man, you got to have some crazy stories, brother.
Oh God, yeah. Where do I start? How long's the show? 2 days?
We have all day, bro. All day right now, man.
That is awesome.
Give us a story, though, man. Give us a story.
Oh, boy. I'll say this happened quite a few years ago, but one time we didn't have a heater. The heater wasn't working. It was a van back then, a bigger van, but not the nice big tour bus, thank God. But the heater wasn't working. It was like minus 36. We're touring in Canada. And they said, hey, just take one of those inside a cigarette package, take the foil, and just wrap it around the fuse. It's okay. So it was a New Year's Eve. We packed everything up, and we thought, you know what? We're going to party tonight. We're going to leave the gear in the club. And then we came out about an hour later, and the van was all in flames because of that. So
oh, my God.
True story, man.
Holy shit.
And
as soon as you said foil there, I was like, oh, my God, already. I kind of already knew where the story was going there.
The guy said, hey, just wrap this. It's fine. Yeah, everything was on flames. And it was only because 9 times out of 10, we always packed the gear. But that night, because it was New Year's Eve, we decided not to. So, yeah, it's good memories.
Oh, my God. Well, you know what? Over here on the res there, when we don't have a fuse, that's actually what we do, too, as well, But, if that foil touches any part of any other fuse there, that's when you get the dangerous part there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know is if you actually put a whole huge thing of fuse, it's going to catch all of it on fire there. But you can have just a tiny piece.
Yeah, hey, just wrap this. It sounded like a great idea at 3 o'clock in the morning, but...
Yeah, of course. But if you got a little bit of hotties waiting there, you're like, okay, hurry, man. Just wrap, hurry, let's go, right?
Why do you think we wrapped the fuse and got our asses into the house? That's where the fun was.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you know what?
Yeah.
During this whole time that you guys are having, especially stories like that there, what made you realize, what situation made you realize, say, hey, you know what? This is what I want to do, man. This is what I was made for. Today, right now, still making me. What was the moment
to be totally honest? To be totally honest, Bobby, at 3 years old, I was looking in the mirror and knew that I wanted to do music. There was actually, this is kind of funny too, but I'll make a long story short. There was a polka band, a Ukrainian polka band when I was 3. And I couldn't believe it that these guys packed their van on a Friday. I'd go out there Friday morning because I'm 3. I'm not in school. I'm not working. I'm not doing nothing at 3. And they would pack their van. I'd wait all day for them to pack their van after work. And they took all these musical instruments and packed it in a van, and then they left. And then Sunday, I waited all day. Sunday night, they'd come back, unpack all their instruments. I thought, oh, my God, that is so cool that you're taking these instruments, you're packing it in a van, you jump in the van, you go play the show, boom, boom, boom. And I did that till 2 years I watched that. And I knew nothing's ever changed, It's just a vein that you have, and you live and breathe it, and there's been never a plan B. It's like music all the way, and that's it. That's all.
Wow, man. Now, where was your actually very, 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 very first gig when you got on stage there and played in front of a crowd there?
That probably would have been doing like little local jams and stuff like that. We always rehearsed, but I'm talking years and years ago. You'd still have 3 nights a week where you're rehearsing, and we weren't any good, but it was just the feeling that music brings, It's just that was a commitment. It was a commitment to do that, to rehearse and to make music. And you do that for so many years, and it eventually just becomes a part of you, who you are, and you just never want to stop playing. Now, playing with the whole Love and Revenge band, and touring with Bret Michaels and the guys from Motley and stuff like that, it's even more fun, because we're right in the thick of it and playing with the guys that were our influences. So it's truly infectious in every possible way. It's just a beautiful music, the healing power.
We got a question here. We got a question from one of our Twitch listeners here right now from our gaming area. It says, "How did you come up with the name Love and Revenge?"
Oh God, listen to just say it. That's life. That's about all the songs. It's all about love and revenge, and that's the best way to say it. I was going to name the album called Love and Revenge, and then I was sitting there thinking, what the heck? That's what we experience every day. And when we put out a record, it's a story. It's got a complete story, and it all has to do with love and revenge. What happens just to relate to people in real life experience. I guess that's what I'm.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, that's totally true. Because we experience love and revenge even going to the local restaurant, and if we love the food or not.
Absolutely, or in traffic, or if you're weed sniffing your lawn and you catch your toe, that's revenge.
Exactly.
But then you get or you can look at the beauty of when you finish your yard work or a good day at work or something like that. Everything has to do with love and revenge. It's just completely symmetrical. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but it makes sense.
For sure. We got another question here from our gamers here right now. It asks, what's the best fast food to eat while on the road?
Probably none. Eat a cucumber instead with a little bit of garlic. You're probably better off.
For sure, dude. We know being over here on the reservation, we don't get a lot of fast food here. So a lot of food that we make, we have to fry it up really quick there because unfortunately I hate to say it, but when you cook stuff with grease there, it cooks a lot faster there. But I'll answer that question on my side there. For me, if I have to eat fast food, it's always Wendy's, man. Wendy's hamburgers. I think that's pretty good there.
Yeah, it's not to say that we won't go to Wendy's or McDonald's or A&W or KFC. I mean, we'll still do it, but I mean, being on the road like that, a healthy body and a healthy mind, good music, and it's just good life practices. So I'm not saying that we're health nuts and we're going to preach about it. All I'm saying is when you're out on the road for a few weeks at a time, you do have to kind of look after yourself, and you got to make sure you're on the ball, on top, and sharp as a knife every day for everybody.
Now, how important is sleep being on the road, dude?
Very important. Yeah, very much. We're not 16 years old. It's not a party. It's about taking the show on the road, meeting the people, connecting with people, and sending out this message of the healing power of music. It's more of a. I'm not trying to preach some sort of spirituality here. But we really believe in. Yeah, but we really believe in what we do.
Though, because once you get past a certain age here, I myself right now, once I pass 35 years old, once I pass 40 years old, it takes a lot of time for the body just to, recuperate, especially after a late night of partying, it'll take like 2 or 3 days to recuperate now, once you get older. And believe me, it happens to everybody, healthy or not healthy. Yeah. I mean, the hangovers take a long time to heal after time,
Absolutely. And when we're going to be out on the road for 4, 5, 6 at a time, we don't need to be burnt out after 2 weeks or even the last show, When we got some time off, then everybody do what you want, go relax, do what you want to do. But it's important to be number one all the time. You got to feel 100% for every show, because people in every different city didn't come to because you had too much to drink the night before. They want to see you work your ass off, play a good show, and it'll never change that way. Not to say that we don't have a little fun, but
for sure. With that being said, there, going into studio and going to write a record here right now. I know a lot of bands kind of end up having a hard time recording in the studios, but then you get some bands that can go in and knock out all the tracks in one day there. What's the main difference there between something like that there?
I wouldn't, sure. I mean, I think every song is going to depict itself, how much time it needs. Going in and doing a record a day that's not impressive. You got to, you literally, okay, I'll say the process kind of, you write a song, you digest it, you change it, you digest it, you change it. Some songs just blow out in 7 minutes and it's just about ready. When you get into the studio process, you come in, post-production or pre-production, is so important when you're making a record to make sure that you're prepared. When you go into the studio, you should have that map and ready. Things can change on the fly, but you got to have that skeleton, that foundation, and even more kind of thing. And then that's the exciting thing about being in the studios, because then there's stuff that comes out. It's you harness that energy that's happening. It's like it posts bread with the energy that happens in a studio. And then that's where the best work comes out. So I would say, Bobby, it's not about how much time you spend. It doesn't matter if it's a week or a year. It's about coming out with the product that you're not going to say 2 weeks later, oh, I wish I would have done that. Oh, why didn't we do that? No. No. I want to be able to listen to it for 10 years ago. Oh, yeah, baby.
For
That's
sure.
what I'm talking about.
And that's the reason why, you get so many songs here that will never, ever, ever get old, such as, Motley Crue's Looks That Kill, Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer, White Snake's Is This Love? Because White Snake right now has kind of gotten thrown back into the media, with all their commercials that they're coming up with here right now,
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, there's, like I said about the revolution, I was having a conversation with Nikki Sixx a couple of weeks ago, and just the whole revolution of music coming back and the Dirt movie coming back, and it is a revolution. It is this arena rock and roll is needed in the world. It's important, and people are really feeding on it. This genre of people, even kids that are 16 years old, are starting to watch the movie and listen to this music because their parents grew up on it, and their parents are just saying, I mean, this is it. It is good music.
Their parents created them listening to the music. I guess we should say that, right?
In the back seat of a car, probably. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so true.
And that's what I think where people can connect, especially the 30 to 60 range, is because they grew up on this, and it'll trigger a memory. Oh yeah, Whitesnake, here I go again. Oh yeah, I was this, and I was in the backseat of the car with this girl when Looks to Kill was playing her. It triggers a memory like that, and it brings an immediate smile to their face, and they go, oh yeah, I remember that night.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? A lot of today's generation here. Again, I'm going to kind of touch on this with our gamers right now, because we have a lot of people listening here from our gaming industry here right now. A lot of them like to kill zombies with the heavy rips and stuff like that here. But a lot of them, today's media kind of downplays the glam metal scene that happened in the 80s there. But a lot of them don't realize a lot of them got their sound from the glam metal days back in the 80s, I mean, the Sunset Strip Boulevard was very influential there. With that being said there, how many times have you guys played down on the Strip, brother?
Lots. Especially the Whiskey A Go-Go is like our home in Hollywood now. So the next show is actually on the 27th of July. We're playing with our buddies Luton Crew, the Motley Crue tribute, and Stonebreed, Carlos Cruz, and a bunch of other great bands. And we're doing Crew Fest. That's what it is, and that's in support of Vince Neil when he lost his daughter Skylar at 3 years old of cancer. R.I.P. Skylar. And it's a great thing that they started 18 years ago, and this is the 18th annual, and that's our next show. I think we're on at like 11:40 p.m. or something like that. So we're real proud to be a part of that. And like I said, playing at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Hi Jake, hi Tisa. It's just legendary. You can feel the vibes in the room. Who was there? Everybody. Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, L.A. Guns, The Doors, Zeppelin. Like, just everybody that's anybody was at the Whiskey, and you can feel that.
You always hear Sebastian Bach talk about the whiskey. He always says, when you go in and smell piss and vomit, that's the whiskey, he says, But he says that's rock and roll.
Yeah, that's rock and roll, baby.
But man, what's the feeling like when you first met Motley Crue, dude? When you guys were backstage, you passed by Nikki and Vince or something like that, man. What was the feeling the first time that happened, man?
It was a great feeling. Obviously, you work really hard, and we work really hard, like a lot of bands do, I'm sure. But just to be with those guys, and we've gone out and tour with Vince Neil quite a few times, playing some arenas and big festivals, and it's the best feeling in the world. It's accomplishment. It's even just to sit and have a bite to eat in the dressing room after with them. And we had a good story with Dana Strum from Slaughter. He plays with Vince on the road, and Jeff Blando, and just having a conversation with him, and he was telling about how he introduced Randy Rhoads to Ozzy, and we're having potato salad and a ham sandwich. Yeah. So it's just like it was like we're sitting there like we're in kindergarten and listening. It's like, my God, this is where rock and roll was born, This is the real shiznit. So it's things like that happen that really justify what we do and who we are. and it inspires us and pushes us to do even better every day, to outdo ourselves in every possible way.
Oh my God! Wow, that's. I mean, just that itself is priceless. How many of us metal fans, how many of us people who eat, sleep, drink music every single day would love just to be part of that conversation here one time coming out from the mouth there, man. Wow, that's crazy.
So I mean, like the media and the tabloids do have a place in this world, but sometimes they don't know the exact truth. When Dana Strum was sitting there explaining how that happened, that Randy Rhoads was beyond his time. He was just a musical genius, And then to hear how they introduced to Ozzy and how that came about, and R.I.P. Randy. What would Randy be like today? It's just be amazing. So it's really nice to be. Yeah, nice to be in situations like that with the pros that we learned from, and it just makes us better people and better musicians, and want to just kick the shit out of this world musically.
Hell yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. Real quick here, guys. One of the people know that Randy Rhoads did also play in Quiet Riot. We have a question here saying that what other bands that Randy Rhoads played. And so Quiet Riot is. But that was during the Kevin DeBro days, right? Kevin DeBrow.
Yeah.
Is it DeBrow?
Yeah.
DeBrow or DeBrow?
Yeah, DeBro. Hey, bro.
DeBro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they still got, Frankie Benelli's still there. We played with Quiet Riot here a few months ago in Hollywood, and there was like a minute silence. Frankie came out from behind the drums, and we did Alex Grossi, we did a 2-minute silence. The Whiskey A Go-Go was just silent for a minute for Kevin. So it's things like that, Eve, just that minute silence that everybody took in the Whiskey for Kevin in his honor. And it's like a family, It really is.
Yes,
I'm so happy to be a part of this musical family. Even you, Bobby, having us on your show, and hi all to all the gamers and stuff, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to let you guys know, hey, we're out there, and you'll never get rid of us. We're here to stay.
Yes, you got a little scar on the music industry here right now,
Love and revenge, baby. We're a staple now.
So let us know, let our fans know out there, where can people go to hear your new music, man?
Well, I mean, everything's all over YouTube as well, but loveandrevenge.com. We're currently recording a record on RFL, so we're going to release that come fall. But we do have the first single out, radio worldwide. So, yeah, loveandrevenge.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that's all Love and Revenge. YouTube, it's Love and Revenge. So that's LOVE, the letter N, and then Revenge, just so everybody knows.
Awesome, man. Now, as far as music-wise here right now, do you guys have any other new music in the works here right now, or are you guys just going to be going out on tour and support this album here right now?
Well, we started the Whiskey on the 27th, and we got a major North American tour announcement that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So might as well leak it out of the bag right now. We're going out on tour with the Bullet Boys, actually. So that's the first time. But tomorrow I'll make that announcement. And then there's a lot of stuff coming up. But in the meantime, we're still working on the record, and we still want to push for a fall release on that. We're very excited about the new record because, if anybody knows Love and Revenge, I was kind of the front man and the singer for the first couple of records. And we got Casey Chain now, and he's just actually moved back to L.A. He's insane. When you hear him, it's like he's that guy. He's like a Sebastian Bach, but he's got his own thing, I don't want to tail, but he's an amazing singer. And it was like for the band, I stepped down from that because of the opportunity that Kevin brings to the table. And he's kind of getting into the songwriting process with us too, with me and John Lacey. And it's just a beautiful thing. And you'll hear it when, so that's why this record's going to be real important, because it's going to be Casey Chain on lead vocals. And and the songwriting. I mean, obviously, when you write four records.
As far as vocals go, do have a lot of people who do also sing too as well here. I myself, at one time, had a chance to get on stage with the Dawkins tribute band. But what's the most important part about vocals here that you can let our audience know out there about, like warming up and stuff like that?
Like as far as a singer warming up?
Yeah.
It's very important. Let's put it this way. Kevin's got to look after himself on a daily basis, even when we're not on the road. He's got to make sure that he's ready for every tour. So he's got to watch himself every day. He does his warm-ups. Casey's just got his. It's going to be different for everybody. Everybody's going to have their little shtick. I know CJ Snare he does a 23-minute warm-up from the University of New York, because I used that for a few years when I was fronting the band. So everybody's got their own little thing and their own little shtick and niche. and you just you do what's comfortable for you and what works best for each singer. But it is very important. I mean, it comes back to this, Bobby, healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit, better music.
Exactly, exactly. You know what? Unfortunately, for myself, I didn't follow that. So the very first night, I could blew out my voice, dude. First night, it took about almost like a year for me just to get back to where I could actually kind of belt out something again. But it is important out there for a lot of these younger singers to learn the scales, learn to warm up. Because if you don't, that's a lot of time that you can't afford to take off. Especially being in a band.
Absolutely, and when you got a 5-week tour and you're going 4 or 5 dates a week, plus living on a bus, you got to make sure that you're ready for that next show. And it's just about taking care of yourself in many ways. And you got to work within your limitations as well too. I mean, you can go for that big note and that big screen, but if you can't do it, don't blow your note. Or, don't blow your voice over it. Kind of work around it. Work within your own spectrum and your own realm, and then you find that comfy zone where you don't ever have a problem. And that's where Casey's at. He knows what he can do, and he just sometimes every night when we play, I get shivers down my right side. That's what happened when he hits a note and screams, and it's just like, oh my god! It's like zing! Just a big shiver down my right side.
Yeah,
I've never said that. I've never said that in an interview. So that's a Steele Savage Radio Bobby Steele special.
Yeah. For sure, man. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you know what? It's I can't explain to you for giving me the opportunity to talk to your Damon. We're coming up here on time here right now, but thank you so much for rescheduling with me here. And like I said, kind of worked out for the better as far as getting a bigger audience here right now with our gamers right now, because that's what we have.
That's awesome.
We're pushing almost that 1,000 listen to us right now, man. So they are
that's
hopefully
perfect.
that you get more YouTube hits here right now. Hopefully get more likes here on your Facebook page and stuff like that here right now. But man, the Whiskey A Go-Go, everything, guys. I wish you guys the best here. I know I'll be having you back on the show here very shortly again here, man, for sure, dude.
I appreciate it, and thank you to all the listeners for coming on and taking your time to hang out with me and Bobby. And thank you, Bobby, for everything. Thank you for supporting us and just music in general. It's very important what you do for us. So thank you for keeping rock and roll alive, man.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, guys, coming up here, we have All For You. We have Get Me Out of This Hole. We have A Long Way to Rock. And we have some more music, all by Love and Revenge. Only on the station that rocks the nation. A Steele, a Savage, a Radio. Yeah.
And ain't it worth it when you're up on that stage? It's rock, hard, and in your face.
Maximum rock and roll.
We play it.
Oh, that's better than sex.
As good as an orgasm.
Ooh.
Well, not really, but it's as close as you're gonna get. Oops.
Then she rips his face off, and she eats him.
I hated to have to kill them all, but they had to be taught a lesson.
He's about to meet the ghoul of his dream.
My name is Pussy Galore.
Where your kind of music is our kind of music.
Do you kids still want to stay and help me tonight?
It'll take more than a silly superstitious curse to scare us off.
Man, this is Spooksville.
Hey man, the following feature may contain references to sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Oh, and some naughty language too.
The amazing drama you're about to see is a matter of human record. You may believe it or not, but the real people who lived this story, they believe it. They know.
Transmitting from our secret underground studios.
Pure metal. All the time. Hard rock radio. Steele Savage Radio. Steele Savage Radio.